Some things you just don't mess with. Here's one, the Lexus RX. It's all new, and like before, there are two, the standard-powered 350 and the 450h hybrid. RX is numero uno in sales for Lexus. Designers have buffed up the physique a little bit, but kept it familiar because
we have 780,000 RXs on the road today. We think that we'll have a lot of those customers come back and buy the new RX.
Now that's what you call a good business model.
Back in 1998, when the RX was first introduced, it literally created the luxury crossover market. Now, we all know what a crossover is, right? SUV-type body, car chassis.
In the past, the soothing ride this setup provides has been branded by enthusiasts as numb. A new double wishbone suspension in back keeps things comfortable and quiet, but provides unnoticeably crisper driving dynamic, making that trip to the country club more engaging. It eliminates boxy strut towers, opening up more golf club space. The biggest change will be seen by the folks in the front seats.
The way the dash has been designed and the way the interior has been designed, there's really two zones. There's a zone for the driver and a zone for the passenger. So it really looks like the car was designed for the driver when you're sitting in the driver's seat, but also when you're over as a passenger, you can see that it's really almost designed for you.
The LCD screen is more in the driver's line of sight now and gets controlled by this remote touch unit. It's fine. I prefer touch screens. Fortunately, the RX is a good listener.
So this voice activation system, you don't have to learn any phrases. You can just use English.
That's exactly right. You can use natural dialogue as if you're talking to a friend and they had a map in front of them. So for example,
after the beep,
I need some directions.
Destination.
I'm looking for a Mexican restaurant.
Mexican restaurants. Say a number from the list.
The second one.
2.
Sweet, nachos, let's go.
There's a spot for a small purse and 4 ways to hook up an iPod. Backup cameras are nice. RX offers units in the side mirrors.
That way you won't scratch up your rims when you're parallel parking.
Speaking of parallel, the kids won't ever have to fight over which DVD to watch, unless there's 3 of them. A trio should be comfy back here too. There's a good amount of legroom and loads of adjustments. There are so many gadgets on the RX, you may forget it's a car that has good acceleration. The 350 is powered by a 275-horse V6 with a 6-speed gearbox. The 450h gas-electric hybrid gets a total of 295 horsepower and a continuously variable transmission. EPA averages are 21 for the gas-only engine, 27 for the hybrid. Both are available with all-wheel drive. The hybrid system is different, though.
No drive shaft. We're using an electric motor called MGR, motor generator rear, and that's driving the rear wheels by themselves.
The 450h hybrid does all those hybrid things we've come to know and love. The gas engine shuts down at stoplights and pulls away on electric power. The gas engine restarts when more power is needed. The big screen will show you what's happening with the drivetrain, including battery charging that happens when coasting or braking. Like the previous model, the nickel metal hydride batteries are under the rear seat. What has changed with this drivetrain?
Everything. From engine size to body style to new technologies.
Charles Hubbard here is more than happy to give the details.
Inverter, for instance, is smaller and does the same job. We have the battery that's a little smaller. We have a heat recovery system, so we don't have to run engine as long. We have so many systems on this, it's so different, it's not the same car. Most people that buy the hybrid look for the eco-friendly and being, friendly with the environment, as well as they think about gasoline, running out in the future. They're looking at ways of saving for themselves, and right now that's virtually what people are buying them for.
The first RX may have been revolutionary, the third generation, evolutionary. You can't blame Lexus for sticking with a good plan. 780,000 RX owners now have a worthy upgrade path. If you haven't guessed, I drove these 2 vehicles at a press launch in San Diego, California. Consider this a preview rather than a review. Frankly, I had limited time spent between the 350 and 450h, so that's why the jury's still out on the remote selector. It has an adjustable feedback setting. Navigating around the screen provides fingertips with a tactile sense. Styling-wise, you'll notice that the subtle crease on the back pillar is gone now and taillights are separated from the back glass.
We have widened the vehicle and we've made it just a little bit longer, so in almost all dimensions, interior and exterior, the vehicle is just a little bit bigger. Our traditional mix between gas and hybrid is about 80% gas, 20% hybrid, and we think with the new RX it's going to be about the same, so probably about 80-20.
An interesting little detail, the fender liners here are made of a soft, almost cloth-like material. That way when you're going down a dirt road, you don't get that clink, 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 clink sound. Technical term.
There you go, the extra long director's cut version of the 2010 Lexus RX350 and 450h hybrid. And if you want a longer written review, go to our website, which is new now, folks, www.king5.com/autos. That's king5.com/autos. I always have a longer written review there and a link to my email if you've got a question about this car or any others. That's Drive. I'm Tom Volk.